Lander Barton's probably a fifth round guy. Now, Kyle Lewis, probably more of like a third or fourth round guy. All the mocks I do have him go about 120 ish, something in that neighborhood. I'm not sure where he ends up going, but I think these guys are interesting because they kind of do a little bit of the same stuff, but they just do it differently.
Yes.
Lander Barton's my guy, and I guess I'll kick things off with him. He's a guy that I was interested early in the process, right? He's big, long frame, like 6'5", 240-ish, long arms, just really built well to like kind of get in the way and break up passing lanes and in the zone passing game. He's got good man coverage instincts. He comes from a football family, and you see that on his chest. He's a leader. He's a locker room guy. He's a football IQ guy. Now, drawbacks, I've talked about him here before. I wish this dude had a little bit more fire under him. I wish he trusted in his instincts a little bit. I always feel like when he's like covering ball carriers, like when he's covering a guy in the pass game, I feel like he stays with him really well. But when he's covering a ball carrier, he often it's either that he's taking a poor angle or he doesn't trust his own athleticism to be able to close and make that tackle. And so he'll just continue to readjust and readjust until he ends up chasing this dude down the field when he had no business. He should have tackled him 5 yards ago, but he's just not aggressive enough. And he doesn't have enough of that. Like, I honestly, I think it's aggression. I honestly just wonder if he's like a little too nice to do a job that involves hitting people for most of it. But it's like because you see him in pass rush, you're never going to get anything out of him in pass rush, right? Which there's no reason for it. He's got the body, he's got the size, he's got the athleticism. He could get up in there, and when he does get close to the quarterback, he's literally just running at him. He's not putting his hands up. He's not, yelling at him. He's not whatever. He's not anything. He's not trying to, he's just kind of going through the motions sometimes. And I just wish he played sometimes a little more like passion, a little more, hair on fire, those types of guys. And I mean, like Kyle Lewis, none of those problems, right?
No, not at all. Kyle Lewis, bro, he is my favorite player in this draft class, and I I think I stumbled across him pretty much knowing that we seriously need some help in coverage, especially in the middle of the field. And I like Christian Ellis. I wasn't totally sold on how reliable is he going to be tracking linebackers, how reliable is he going to be, and of course Spillane as well. He's more like front and center, like lock the middle down kind of thing. I just kind of felt like we're going to need somebody that's going to be able to be a capable receiving linebacker. And what I stumbled across is Kyle Lewis, who is absolutely the best coverage linebacker in this draft class. I think he's better than Jacob Rodriguez. I know this is freaking crazy. I think he plays with as much intensity, with as much heart. Super intelligent film junkie guy, locker room leader, and I really think the best thing about him, wherever the frick you need him. If you need him to set edge, he's small, he's 6 foot, but he's going to set the edge and he's going to find a way to make it fricking happen. You need him to cover deep safety, throw him back there. I'm going to figure it out, dude. I'll go ahead and do it. Wherever you needed him, nickel, he plays everywhere. It's a very Fred Warnery kind of vibe that I really like everything that he brings to the table. The other thing, just a quick note, I know it's kind of like, oh, it's cool and all talking personalities and stuff. The main thing I love is loyalty when it comes to some players, especially in this day and age with NIL. He had so many teams under the table hitting him up saying, "Hey, dude, like hit the portal, like we're gonna treat you, we're gonna get you taken care of." He said, "You guys had the chance to get me when Pitt was the only school that offered me anything." That's goddamn loyalty. Or pardon me, that's dang loyalty. So I mean, that guy's pretty freaking like, I'm gonna stick with the team that believes in me. We draft him. This guy's gonna want to be a career Patriot. So that's kind of where I stand with him. I think he's the heart. He can be a heart of a team, heart of a defense, and be a true leader that like we definitely can have for the future. Absolutely love this freaking kid. If you haven't checked him out, I just definitely the 24 tape is a lot more explosive. He had to miss 2 games because of a concussion that he sustained, but sustained by his own teammate off of an edge block. But he is a damn good player. And like I said, if anybody has not checked out Kyle Lewis, he is absolutely worth a watch and somebody I hope we
Yeah.
get.
Yeah, I mean, you could even just go back and watch his Senior Bowl practices. I mean, those were incredibly impressive. He was covering those kind of screen routes to running backs and so forth. And this guy was not only like it's just the way that the drills are kind of situated there to the benefit of the offense. Okay, the
Yeah,
running back should be able to make the catch. The goal of the linebacker is essentially to kind of like force him out of bounds. It's not even really to make a play on the ball, technically. Like, I mean, right? That's the optimal result is make a play on the ball, obviously. But just the way that the drill is designed, that's not going to happen most of the time. And yet Kyle Lewis made multiple interceptions and was making plays on the ball on almost every single play. He was absolutely shutting down that drill. I think that this was an interesting discussion. The reason I liked having these two players kind of opposite each other in this discussion, despite the fact I do, like I said at the start, think that there's a difference in draft range. And so I think number one, you're talking about opportunity cost, right? Um, do we want to get like if we want to get a wide receiver in the third round, well, then we can't draft Kyle Lewis in the third round.
right.
Um, Whereas I think Lander Barton's more of a fifth, maybe even around six pick. But I also think just in terms of the player that they are, like if you were looking at them like you put them together on like a Madden game or something, because Lander Barton, he's the big, long, 6'5", 32 and a quarter inch arms, just a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, 240-ish pounds. Whereas Kyle Lewis, these are his measurements where he's at, between 6 foot and 6'1", 225, let's say, and be nice. The 4.53 is faster, he's quicker, but the shorter arms, just a smaller body. And it's an interesting discussion to me because there's just such a juxtaposition between these two guys as far as the archetype of player that they are and kind of where do you want to go. And I kept going towards tall guys, and the reason is I watched us play Atlanta. Okay, that's 100% the reason. Where Atlanta said, you know what, we're going to take Drake London, our tall good receiver, we're going to put him in the slot, and he is just going to go dunk in Marcus Jones's face all game long. And Marcus Jones is great. He's good. He's wonderful. He's the size of a third grader, and he can't defend Drake London. And that's what kept going in my mind. It's like, dude, I want a dude who's like 6'4", 6'5", who can just come in and play those big slots. Okay. And it's like, it's just I have a hard time seeing with a guy that's too small to play them.
Sure,
It's troublesome. And it's like, listen, here on this show, we love big slots.
sure.
Okay. But they're a pain
Don't
in the ass to defend when you've got a 5'8" slot cornerback.
yes. So my only thing with Kyle Lewis is I even love this idea further after we played the Seahawks. Was their use of 3 safety sets. You can borderline, avoid even drafting a safety and have Kyle Lewis be your safety because at the pro day for Pitt, he did both linebacker, did probably like 30 minutes of linebacker stuff, then did another 30 minutes doing safety, like just to prove I've got the stamina to do both sets of drills, show you whatever the heck you need out of me. And if you want me to be a safety, I'll be your safety. If you want me to be linebacker, I'll be your linebacker. But I'll also do whatever the hell else you need me to do. And so, yes, he's smaller, but like I said, I don't. When you watch him on tape, he plays so much bigger than he is. I was even surprised to find out. I thought he was 6'2" for like 2 months, and then I actually looked at his actual measurements. I'm like, oh crap, okay, he's 6'1", and then he turns out he was 5'11" at the Senior Bowl. Then he's 6 foot at the combine, and nobody freaking knows anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just like the guy a lot. I think he's awesome. great heart, and Lander Barton as well. I really enjoyed a lot of what I saw out of him too. Tough, physical, great freaking player. Whoever we would get, I mean, we just need the linebacker depth for sure.